Welcome to the Explainer. So, you might think setting up a thriving aquarium starts with picking out the coolest fish, right? Well, actually, it starts with a number. Specifically, that big number printed right on the cardboard box your tank came in. Today, we're exposing a pretty wild reality of aquarium keeping. That printed size, it is almost never your actual water volume. And getting this wrong, well, it can have some absolutely disastrous consequences.
Okay, let's dive into this. How big is your fish tank, really? Most of us just naturally assume that if we buy a 55-gallon tank, we've got exactly 55 gallons of water to play with. You read that headline number on the label, you fill it up, and you assume your dosing calculations, your filter sizing, and your fish stocking limits are all perfectly good to go. But listen, that headline number, it's entirely theoretical. It's basically an illusion. The reality is far more complex, and relying on that assumed capacity is a foundational mistake, one that traps even the most seasoned aquarists.
Here is the hard truth. The actual usable water in most fully set up aquariums is usually only about 80 to 90% of the gross capacity. Think about that for a second. That means in a 50-gallon tank, you might actually only be working with 40 to 45 gallons of water. Why? Well, because of these hidden variables that literally steal your volume before a single fish even enters the ecosystem. You're losing space to things you probably didn't even factor into the math.
To really wrap our heads around this, we have to look at the difference between nominal, or gross capacity, and actual, or net capacity. Nominal capacity is just the maximum mathematical volume of an empty box filled to the absolute brim. But your actual capacity? That subtracts everything that isn't water. We're talking subtracting the thickness of the glass itself, we subtract that deep layer of sand or gravel substrate at the bottom, and crucially, it subtracts the physical gap of air left at the top of the tank. You know, that empty space between your actual operating water line and the tank's rim or the overflow pipe.
So, to figure out your true actual capacity, you need to follow 3 strict rules for measurement. First up, always measure the inside glass edges, never the outside. Those exterior measurements include the thickness of the glass or acrylic, which, let's remember, holds absolutely 0 water. Second, measure your height only up to the operating water line where the water will actually sit, not to the very top rim of the tank. And third, you absolutely must apply the correct mathematical formula for the specific shape of your tank. You just can't treat every tank like a basic rectangular box.
And speaking of shapes, this brings us to a massive source of error. Shape literally changes everything. Let's say you have a bow front tank. You know, the ones with a curved front panel that bulges outward into the room? If you try to calculate its volume using a standard rectangular formula, you are making a major mistake. Because of that outward curve, a bow front tank actually holds 8 to 25% more water than a rectangular tank with the exact same outer footprint. That single curved panel means you need an entirely different calculation that combines a rectangle with a half ellipse.
And this brilliantly illustrates the crucial concept of water displacement. Once you've figured out your empty glass volume, you still have to account for your aquascaping. Heavy rocks, pieces of driftwood, and thick sandbeds physically push water right out of the tank. As a solid rule of thumb, for every 1.75 kilograms, which is about 3.86 pounds of rock you add to your aquarium, you displace approximately 1 liter of water. In a heavily aquascaped reef tank, all this rock and substrate can easily steal another 10 to 15% of your total water volume. It's wild.
Now let's expand the math a bit and see how this builds into an even larger calculation, especially if you have a more advanced setup. You really have to look beyond just the main display tank sitting in your living room. If you've got a sump hidden in the cabinet below or a connected refugium, you need to calculate your total system volume. That's the combined water capacity of every single vessel connected to the same circulation loop. And listen, this grand total is the only number that matters when you are mixing salt, adding a 2-part supplement, or dosing liquid medications.
But calculating that sump volume comes with a massive warning attached. Sumps are never filled to the brim. They absolutely must maintain about 10 to 15% of extra empty capacity to safely absorb water drained down from the main tank, just in case your return pump loses power. If you measure a sump's height all the way up to its maximal wall instead of its normal operating water line, you will dangerously overstate its water contribution. Actually, in a standard 75-gallon setup, making this exact mistake can easily lead to a 28% underdosing error for crucial medications. Definitely not something you want to mess around with.
So the crucial point is knowing your numbers, but you also really need to know your units. Take a look at this massive discrepancy between US and UK gallons. 1 US gallon is 3.785 liters, but 1 UK imperial gallon is 4.546 liters. Guys, that is a 20% difference. Most aquarium products, even the ones sold in Europe or the UK, originate in North America and base their dosing instructions on US gallons. If a bottle tells you to add 1 capful per 10 gallons and you assume those are the larger UK gallons, well, you are going to severely underdose. Mixing these two up routinely causes fatal chemical overdoses or underdoses. It's a huge deal.
All right, let's pivot for a second to the severe physical consequences of water volume, because water is incredibly heavy. Fresh water weighs exactly 8.34 pounds per US gallon. Just look at these standard Aquarium tank weights once they're fully filled. A 10-gallon tank weighs about 111 pounds. Okay, manageable. But a 55-gallon tank jumps to 625 pounds. And a 125-gallon tank? Once you include the heavy glass, the dense gravel, and the water itself, you are looking at an astonishing 1,400 pounds.
Which brings us to a vital floor safety warning. Standard residential floors are typically rated to hold only about 40 to 50 pounds per square foot. Now, an aquarium concentrates hundreds or even thousands of pounds onto just 4 small stand legs. As a general rule, anything over 55 gallons absolutely belongs against a load-bearing wall with the floor joists running perpendicular beneath it. And if you're planning a massive 125-gallon, 1,400-pound setup on an upper floor, you might literally require a structural engineer's assessment before you add a single drop of water to that tank.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how our volume math also dictates the lives of the animals inside. Take the Blackmore goldfish. I'm sure we've all heard that old golden rule, right? 1 inch of adult fish per gallon of water. But that rule is fundamentally flawed. It was designed for tiny, slim-bodied community fish like neon tetras. Deep-bodied, high-waist fish like this goldfish right here completely break that traditional stocking math.
The high bioload reality is that a goldfish requires heavy filtration that can turn over the entire tank volume 8 to 10 times per hour, and they need a strict minimum of 20 gallons of water just for the very first fish. Without knowing your true, mathematically accurate water volume, you just cannot properly size that heavy-duty filter to handle their biological waste. You also can't properly size your heaters, which rely on a strict rule of 5 watts per actual gallon to keep the water temperature stable.
So let's do a quick punchy recap of the most dangerous measurement mistakes hobbyists make. Number 1, do not measure the outside of the glass. 2, do not ignore that thick plastic trim. 3, never measure your volume all the way up to the very rim of the tank. 4, don't forget to add your sump to your total system volume, but remember, only to its operating waterline. And finally, never, ever confuse US gallons with UK imperial gallons when you're dosing chemicals.
Which leaves us with this final thought. Your aquarium isn't just a glass box, it's a calculated ecosystem. Accurate math isn't just some fun trivia, it ties directly back to the structural safety of your home, the efficacy of your life-saving medications, and ultimately, the survival of your aquatic pets. So, are you absolutely sure you know how much water is really sitting in your living room? Maybe take a tape measure to the inside of your glass today and find out. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.